Barstow is in first place. Oh, what has happened? Oh no, the Barstow has had quite a bad accident.
The Moonhawk's just landed on top of the Barstow and then lost control and gone head first. Well, that was quite a bad crash.
Oh, we have another minute.
Oh no, and now we've had the Grand Marshal, and I think that was another special. Hello, my name's Buster.
And my name's Boots.
And welcome back to the Hirochi Raceway for Race 2 of the Beamng AI Racing Series.
Yes, this is the cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop?
Yes, the cream of the crop. The best of the best, the top tier. This is the US-centric race, and they're going to show us how it's done.
Well, it will be interesting to see, because there is one non-US car in this race, isn't there? The Kashira.
Yes, I don't even know why it's here. You're not going to pick the kids up from school. This is a people carrier. I mean, it's completely out of place.
Yes, but it's interesting to see a bit of a wild card, something that's different. It'll be interesting to see how the Kashira gets on. In the qualifying for this, which of course the qualifying sets the grid positions, the Kashira got the fourth best time, so it's in fourth position.
Yeah, but the D15 got a great time of 27.19, which put it in first place.
It did, and it took that best track time away from the Covet, which got a 29.02.
We knew that wasn't going to take long. It wasn't going to take much to take the best time away from the Toy Town Covet. It just took a bit of US muscle.
Well, yeah, it did do. The D15 did really, really well, and it's going to be interesting to see how it gets on now, because it's although it's a drag-tuned car, it doesn't have those super skinny front tyres, does it? Oh, we're starting. Okay, so the Barstow, the Moonhawk and the D15 all sort of crashed into each other. It looks like the D15 has lost its flatbed.
Oh, and oh dear, the specials knocked into the tyres.
We've got a replay. You can see that flatbed from the D15 go flying. The Bluebuck and the Grand Marshal are having a bit of a battle there.
Meanwhile, the Barstow's in first place. The Bluebuck's stuck. The Grand Marshal now is just chilling out now and just joining back into the race.
Yeah, you can see the D15 has lost his flatbed from when the cars landed on the back of it.
Go on, the Barstow is in first place. No, what has happened? Oh no, the Barstow has had quite a bad accident.
Oh, and the D15, that was a bit of a cheap hit by the D15, just as the Barstow was down.
Okay, we've got a replay now. You can see in slow motion the way the Barstow lands and just can't get grip, and it's on two wheels, leaning to one side and just roof first into that immovable barrier, which just sent it flying. Thankfully, he has a good roll cage.
Oh no, and now we've had the Grand Marshal, and I think that was the special. They collided in mid-air.
No, it was the Moonhawk. The Moonhawk and the Grand Marshal collided in mid-air, pieces flying everywhere.
And the two cars just flung off in opposite directions. Now, I don't know how they're going to recover from that.
Oh, here's the special. Oh, and the special now has the rear right-hand tyre just dropped down off that ramp. And when it hit the main bit of metal, it just flew it flying up into the air and had no chance to regain control, and has just rear-ended upside down the Barstow, as the Barstow was stuck there from earlier on.
Oh, the D15 is doing well. I think that, yeah, the D15 is in first place as he passes his flatbed that came off earlier on.
D15 is in first place and looks like it will be going through, followed in hot pursuit by the Roma.
So the D15 has now crossed the line, and the Roma is in second place with his front wings hanging off, the front quarter panels. Okay, so not many of the cars made it through. So Boots, explain the rules.
Yes, so if one car wrecks, it's quite simple, that car is out. But if more than one car wrecks, we need to do a tiebreaker to determine who goes through.
Yeah, there's smoke everywhere. Oh goodness, this is a bit of a yard of wrecked cars. There's bits littered all over the track, from the bits of cars littered everywhere. The Moonhawk there is from that mid-air collision. Was trying to get going again.
Oh dear, and that's the engine gone.
So the mechanics have done wonders. We're back for tiebreaker 1.
Original grid positions.
Yeah, you got a shout out to the mechanics. They've done really well getting these cars back in a position where they can start driving again. The Kashira's bouncing everywhere and rolled again. The Moonhawk, the Barstow and the Special, oh no dear, now the Bluebuck and the Grand Marshal's getting involved.
Meanwhile, the Barstows hit those tyres, which we saw that happening a lot in race 1. The drivers catching those tyres, and my goodness, whoa, that was quite a wreck from the Bluebuck has just lost control and landed on top of the Barstow.
A bit of slow motion here, replay. You can see the similar thing happened to what happened to the Special earlier on. That rear right tyre dropped down off the ramp and then hit that bit of metal and flung it up flying. And you can see that dent in the Bastow's roof where it landed on top. Onto three wheels slightly. The Special is first place now, I think, and the Grand Marshal is in hot pursuit, trying to. Now this is the tiebreaker because we need to find out which car is going to be eliminated. The Bastow's flying beautifully. Oh dear, the Grand Marshal has just crashed straight into the Special.
The bumper's hanging off the Grand Marshal, and that front left wheel has got all wonky on the Grand Marshal, and he's really having difficulty. He's steering with just the front right wheel, with the bumpers hanging off. Oh, he's collected his front bumper. He's trying to redress himself. Yeah, that's they're quick release bumpers. You see, they just go straight back on. There's no issues at all.
Yes, well, maybe so, but it looks like the Grand Marshal is going to be crossing the line. This is the second lap, sorry. Grand Marshal is through. His position is safe.
Meanwhile, the special is struggling. The doors are open. The wheels are wonky. Oh, he's managed to get up on top of. Oh, he's managed to pass the ramp, but now I think he's lost all control now.
So the Grand Marshal's got through, lining up with the Roma and the D15, which means that they've gone through to Heat 2.
So it looks like we need another tiebreaker. Original grid positions.
Okay, the Special just crashed straight into the back of that Kashira. Oh dear, and the Bluebuck landed on top of all the other cars.
The Kashira's on two wheels, almost rolled again.
Oh dear, we've got the Moonhawk and the Bluebuck seem to be stuck together trying to fight who's going to be last.
Oh dear, that was well done. Yeah, the Special did what I wanted him to do, and he just knocked that. Oh no, he knocked the Kashira, but then he had that same issue where the rear right-hand wheel dropped off the ramp, hit the metal, and flung it flying into the air. But it looks like he's regained control.
The Moonhawks managed to overtake the Special. Meanwhile, the Kashira and the Bluebuck are upside down. The Special's trying to right himself, but this means that okay, the Moonhawks completed the first lap and has managed to avoid hitting that barrier, which we've seen a lot of cars do, and it really ruins the steering on the front of the car when they hit that barrier, especially with these skinny little wheels. The Moonhawk's just landed on top of the Barstow and then lost control and gone head first. A bit of a replay now. You can see how the Barstow gets slowed down as it hits the Kashira. The Moonhawk catches up, lands on top of it, and then as the Barstow gets away, the Moonhawk just slides off and hits those tyres head on.
Oh, come on. Okay, come on. Bruce and his Barstow. I'm still rooting for you, Bruce. Yeah, because the Barstow... Oh, Bruce has made it through. Okay, I think we need another tiebreaker now. Okay,
on board with the Bluebuck. So yeah, it's the Moonhawk and the Barstow are back, aren't they? Because they were both in the street-tuned race 1.
Yeah, they were cheated out of that. Well, the Barstow and the Special are having a bit of a fight. The Moonhawk is flying beautifully. Nice little wheelie. Yep, I think Lance is going to be fine.
Well, what's happened? Okay, so the Special's managed to roll over and hit those tyres. The Special as well has those extremely skinny front tyres, like the Moonhawk, like the Grand Marshal, like the Barstow. They have these skinny front tyres which are designed for drag racing to minimise friction on the front of the car, because of course they don't have to steer, do they?
Nope, but this is where they're going to be feeling that here, because it's difficult to control the car landing off that jump and then going round the bends. Oh no, and oh dear, Lance and his Moonhawk's having all sorts of trouble. Oh, come on, Lance, I need you to get through, Lance. I need you to get through. Oh no, now the Lance has been hit directly in the back by the Bluebuck, and that allowed the Special to get straight through. We've got a replay here, you can see what happened.
The rear end of that Moonhawk, just insult to injury there. There was no need for that. But it looks like both of these cars are incapacitated now. Look at the state of these two.
Oh no, so Bad Boo Boo has made a really bad mistake, and looks like he's taken himself and Lance and the Moonhawk out.
Yep, so the Special though is doing okay. He's biding his time. He's coming round now, and looks like as he puts his foot down, he knows that's it. That's the home straight. He's through. So the Special is through to Heat 2.
And we need another tiebreaker, original grid positions.
Oh wow, so there's a bit of a rivalry between the Bluebuck and the Kashira. The Bluebuck has just managed to knock that Kashira off the ramp. Oh, we're now on board with the Kashira. You can see when he gets that impact from the Bluebuck, loses control, lands and rolls.
This thing cannot stay on 4 wheels. It keeps rolling. It's hopeless. Oh, and okay, the Moonhawk still looks in great shape. Great shape, although I think I saw the hood come popping up then. In hot pursuit is the Bluebuck. So now I believe it's the Moonhawk and the Bluebuck now. It looks like, yeah, the Kashira's incapacitated.
Beautiful jump there by the Moonhawk. Loses control as he lands and just head-on collision with the wrecked Kashira and knocks the Kashira back onto his wheels, but both those cars now are incapacitated. Oh, the Bluebuck comes around and knocks the Moonhawk, but the Bluebuck is still running, and I think that then if... Oh dear, he hits those tyres. A lot of drivers are having issues with those tyres, and so as the Bluebuck comes around on this final bend, it looks like to me that the Bluebuck is going to make it through.
Yes, and it's a shame what happened with the Moonhawk. I really wanted to see, after what went wrong in race 1 with the Moonhawk and the Barstow, I really wanted to see them do well. And I know they can. There'll be another... Okay, so original grid positions for the next tiebreaker.
Yep, so this should hopefully be the final tiebreaker. Reminder, we're still on Heat 1. We need to figure out now who is going to be eliminated.
Well, it's going to be the Kashira, of course, because the Kashira is going to roll again. The Kashira cannot stay on its 4 wheels.
Well, no, it has rolled a lot, hasn't it? Oh dear. So the Kashira's behind, biding his time, and the Moonhawk's flying ahead in first position now in this final tiebreaker. Yep, and I think the Kashira driver is trying to take it a bit slower to avoid rolling again. And
well, oh dear, is this going to happen again? No. Oh, and he's lost a wheel. So, oh dear, now the Moonhawk is on 3 wheels. Oh dear, yep, and now the Kashira just...
Yeah, what do they say? What is it? The turtle and the hare? The turtle takes it slow and wins the race? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I can't really remember the story now, but I think so. Slow but surely, the Kashira's now... Oh, and he's hit those tyres and rolled yet again. Yeah, this thing just cannot stay on 4 wheels.
Oh, and he's been rear-ended by the Moonhawk, which has actually inadvertently pushed him across the line.
Okay, so the first car eliminated is the Bruckel Moonhawk. And now play the music.
Oh no, we can't do that now.
What do you mean we can't do that now?
We got told off for using that track last time, so you'll have to either sing it.
Another one bites the dust. Another one down and another one.
Well, yeah, but that's not correct really, is it? Because it's not another one, it's the first one.
All right, semantics. Oh wait, a headlight flew out, and I think that was from the special.
Barstow's gone backwards into the barrier. Oh dear, the special, the Bluebuck, they're all sort of at it, which has allowed the D15 to get off in front. And the Grand Marshal is in hot pursuit of the D15. Oh, nice little wheelie as he lands there. Oh dear, I mean, the Roma and the Kashira having trouble. The Bluebuck and the Barstow are at it. Oh dear, all over the place as they were landing.
Oh, there was a connection there between a D15 and was that the special? Oh no, that was not a big impact, but it was enough to throw them both off course. Look at that.
Slow motion, you can see what happens here. The special just flings off. Oh dear, that just sends him off onto the green.
Safely onto the fairway.
Oh, that's a golfing term, isn't it? But I wouldn't say he was safe. Okay, but the D15's managed to... Oh dear, just as the D15 regains control, he is hit by the Grand Marshal.
Kashira's upside down.
And getting knocked by everyone. Oh dear, the D15 is like a wrecking ball, just going through everyone.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He wants to get through. He wants to prove himself. He got the pole position.
Oh, that was quite a hit by the Barstow there.
Yeah, the D15 doesn't care. He wants to prove it. He got that pole position. He got that best time, and now he wants to take on the Covet in race 9.
Yeah, he may well. I mean, he got a great time. So, oh dear, a bit of back and forth between the Barstow and the Grand Marshal. Now the Grand Marshal appears to be stuck.
Meanwhile, the D15 crosses the line and is in first place again.
Oh dear, and the Barstow. Looks like your one of your favourites is struggling there, the Barstow.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened. I think he's been sabotaged again, and he's just lost all drive.
Sabotage.
I know. I don't know what's happened, but these cars are going through quite a grueling event, and it's taken its toll on the cars and the drivers.
Yes, and the Bluebuck has lost... Oh dear, he's lost his steering on his front right-hand wheel, so he's just using his front left wheel to steer. And he's managed to cross the line. So the D15 and the Bluebuck have got through they've got through to Heat 3. Yeah, so this is Heat 2. These two cars, the Bluebuck and the D15, have got through. We need another tiebreaker.
So this is tiebreaker number 1. Original grid positions. That was a dodgy manoeuvre by the Roma. The Roma reversed backwards. On the time to go, he reversed backwards and reversed into the Barstow behind him. The Kashira spun out again. We've got another angle here, replay of what happened. The Kashira just lost control and is beached like a beached whale there.
Yep. Meanwhile, the Grand Marshal's in first place, followed by the Special, which has jumped beautifully. Oh dear, and his trunk's popped up again, and he's got dents. He's covered in dents. Oh dear, a bit of contact there between the Special, the Grand Marshal. The Barstow's come up and has knocked the Special, then taken the lead.
Okay, so the Barstow managed to take the lead, and oh no, you had another mid-air collision there.
The Special and what was that? The Grand Marshal. They had a mid-air collision. Oh no, that wasn't the Grand Marshal, but that on board with the Special, you can see. Whoa! And you just saw that Barstow fly through unscathed. Yeah, sorry. It was the Kashira and the Special. Quite a bad impact there, mid-air. Just flings them off both all over the place. Now that Special's going to struggle to get through that. On board with the Grand Marshal, you've got another angle of what happened, and oh dear, that's the Special's been completely deformed. Completely deformed.
Oh no, that was terrible. But the Barstow now is in first place. I've got my money on the Barstow.
Oh, the Barstow, as you say that, has just been knocked by the Grand Marshal. We've got 3 of them here.
A threesome?
A threesome?
Oh, yeah, but the Roma's managed to get out from behind that Grand Marshal and has taken the first place, I think.
Yeah, this has been hectic now. I think the Roma is now in first place. It's very difficult to stay on top of what's going on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And yeah, so that's the Roma. The Roma has crossed the line.
Followed by the Barstow. Oh no, but the Grand Marshal and the Barstow have had a bit of contact.
The Grand Marshal pushed the Barstow into those tyres, and it looks like now the Grand Marshal's incapacitated again. Oh no, that's a shame. I really thought the Barstow was going to do well after he was unfairly treated in the first race.
What, unfairly treated?
Yeah, I think he should have performed much better, and now... But okay, so he's back to original grid positions. The Barstow's in first place.
And it looks to me, the Kashira's rolled again, was sliding on its side, which is now, so the Grand Marshal is in first place, followed by the Special, which is looking better. It's the best it's looked this whole race so far. It's actually in one piece.
Yeah, the Special has has had a bit of a hard time.
Oh, okay, so the Kashira manages to save it. He almost rolled again. Grand Marshal's in first place, followed by the Special, and that same mistake again. It's painful to see when they come off that jump. They can't control themselves and they go straight into that barrier, which really, really hurts them. And it means that sometimes they lose, oh dear, bits littered everywhere.
Oh dear, there's a bit of a battle. You can see these two are taking it seriously, side by side, and the Special manages to get past. Oh no, that was uncalled for. The Special came back round and gave the Barstow a quick ram.
Yeah, I think, oh no, and he's down again. This Barstow, it is not the day for the Barstow. The Barstow has had all sorts of difficulties. Looks like he's got a technical difficulty now, and his engine is completely cut out and he's lost all drive. So this one has gone to the Special. We've got a replay of what happened here. So the Kashira catches those tyres and rolls over and gets stuck on his roof. So that's basically what happened to the Kashira.
Original grid position, so tiebreaker number 3 now. Yeah, we're still on heat 2 now. Oh, okay, yes, so the Kashira has rolled yet again.
Oh, he's managed to right himself.
Yeah, so let's hope that Bruce has better luck in his Barstow this time. Each time quite a lot of times, quite a lot of races, the Barstow has lost all drive, and it just meant that all the other cars were just easily managed to pass him. So I see how he does now. It looks like he's in a good position at the moment. He's flying beautifully, and it looks like he's going to hit that wall again. Yeah, he's hit that barrier again. Is he still driving?
Kashira's managed to get back onto his wheels and has rolled again. Wow, that was quite a bad crash by the Kashira.
Yeah, that was. The Kashira keeps rolling, and this was a really bad time to roll because he couldn't control himself. He was going too fast. He rolled. He had no way to stop himself.
No, he didn't, and that turned out to be quite a bad crash But I think he's all okay. Here we're now on board with the Kashira. You can see you would just be getting completely dizzy if you were in that car and driving the Kashira. Oh, but the Barstow, he's lost drive again.
What has happened is not the Barstow's day. He has lost all drive.
All drive, he's just grinding to a halt.
Wait, is that... Wait, no, he's cheating. He's cheating. He left the track. He shouldn't have been allowed back on the track. He left the track.
Well, I don't think there's anything in the rulebook that says you can't get back onto the track. But he has spun out again and hit those tyres yet again.
No, but I don't think he should be allowed... I want to complain to the marshals here. He shouldn't be allowed to be racing. He left the track.
Well, I've just heard an update from the marshals. They've said that it's okay because he did it all by himself. He had no help, and he still had drive, and so he managed to rejoin the race by just driving back onto the track. So,
it's a conspiracy. Not only is the Barstow being sabotaged and keeps losing drive, the Kashira has been allowed to do something which I don't think he should be allowed to do. He shouldn't have been able to do that.
Well, we've heard from the marshals. They've said it's okay. So the Kashira's through. So we're now for Heat 3. We're back, so Heat 3. And let's see. Hopefully we don't get all these tiebreakers. Let's see what happens. So the D15 is in first place, as it's been consistently in first place. The special is up on the back of the Grand Marshal there. The Kashira is in last place.
Yep, and it's where it deserves to be, last place. The D15 is in front, so the Roma's in second, followed by the Special. The Kashira and the Bluebuck were side by side. And we've got... Okay, so the Bluebuck's managed to overtake the Special.
Oh dear, the Special's lost control and is hit by the Kashira. So the D15 Roma, this is the front of the pack. So the D15 is out ahead, doing well. Oh dear, he's hit that barrier. Oh dear, the Special now is having all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, he's being bullied by the Kashira.
Bullied. So there's... Whoa, what happened there? Looks like the Kashira had... We've seen that a lot in this race. The cars seem to be dropping off the side and they're catching the top of the ramp.
Yep, and he's rolled again. We knew he was going to roll again.
The D15 is doing really well. He's in first place. The Kashira's just lost everything and just gone straight into that... just off the side of the barrier, off the side of the ramp, and has just gone straight into that grating there. And what's happening here? The Roma has just gone straight into the back of the Special, which was completely uncalled for. So those two cars are both incapacitated.
Yeah, the Special has been turned into a Covet. It's shorter than a Covet.
Yeah, that was quite a bad accident there. Looks like they lost control of the front tyres, front wheels, and they couldn't steer and correct themselves.
Well, you'd think you'd just use the brakes then, wouldn't you?
You would think that, but they didn't. They went straight. Oh dear, they're connected. They're welded together.
Okay, so the D15, the Bluebuck, and the Grand Marshal have made it through. We now need a Heat 3 Tiebreaker 1. The Kashira is in last place, so this is original grid positions from when they started the heat. So that's the rules. When there's a tiebreaker, they go back to original grid positions from that heat.
So the Roma's in first place, followed by the Special. The Kashira's rolled yet again.
Oh dear! Can he write himself? He did. You could see there. He wrote himself. What's the past tense? He righted himself. Never mind.
But the Kashira's back on its four wheels and lost his rear wing though.
Yep, so he'll have less downforce. And so, two wheels, he's rolled again.
Wow, that was quite an epic pirouetting by the Kashira.
Yeah, the Kashira is hopeless. I don't even know why it's in this race. It's been hopeless.
Well, it did quite well in the qualifying. It got the fourth best time of 30.70.
Yeah, but that's not going to help him here.
Thankfully, he has that roll cage, and that has stopped the roof from completely caving in. On board with the Kashira again, you can see as he lands, tries to correct on two wheels. Really, he should have turned a bit right. He should have turned right then to try and get those wheels back down.
Yeah, I think that's what he should have done, but I suppose he didn't want to turn too far right. And he's back. He's done it again. This is unfair. He left the track. He shouldn't be allowed back on.
Well, it's looking worse for wear though, isn't he? Flying beautifully by the Special and hits that barrier again. Oh dear. Okay, so the Roma's going okay, and he's done it again.
Oh no, the Roma's done it again. We see that, yeah. Wow, that was quite a bad accident onto those metal bars. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but he's lost control. And the Special's lost control as well, is all over the place. But at least he's managed to sort himself out. Yeah, the Roma just, it looks like he's lost control of the steering and has just gone straight into the bar. And meanwhile, you can see the Kashira's rolled again. Oh dear, has been knocked by the Special. So, yeah, so this is what happened. The Special was on its side. Sorry, the Kashira was on its side and the Special comes round and knocks straight into the Kashira.
But the Special manages to cross the line, looking worse for wear. But managed to do it though, so that means the Special is through, as the Special goes to line up now with the cars that have made it through to the next heat.
We need another tiebreaker. Original grid positions.
Yes, so we need to go back to the original grid positions. It's the two final cars, the Kashira and the Roma for tiebreaker 2. Now, what's your prediction?
Oh, the Roma for sure, because look, the Kashira, he can't even drive. I don't know what he's doing. He's been lucky. I must say, I'll say that. He's been lucky, and he hasn't had the engine cutting out, and he's had some really bad accidents.
Oh, it's side by side here, the Roma and the Kashira. Is the Kashira going to be able to pull it through? Whoa, that was... Okay, so somehow the Kashira managed to spin out the big, heavy Roma.
Oh, I don't even know how he managed that. But you saw that. How the Roma come flying round and knocked the Kashira back. I don't know how he managed to spin out this big heavy Roma. It was sort of like a pit manoeuvre, wasn't it, I suppose?
Okay, so the Kashira's in first place. That hard work. He's on two wheels and he's rolled again. It's slightly out of camera shot, but we can see... Okay, we've got a replay now to see what happened. The Kashira landed front heavy. Oh dear, on two wheels. Again, didn't manage to correct it. But is he going to... No, he didn't self-right.
No, it's all the way up to the Roma now. The Roma just needs to make it through and get round this final... Is it the final bend? No. Is it this? So the Roma just has to make it through now. Take it easy. Yeah, it is the final bend. And so the Roma now is going to cross the line if he places... The Kashira's... Oh dear, he's on straight into the barrier. But the Kashira's managed to right himself yet again.
So he was in with a chance. But the Roma has made it. The Roma's through now, and so the car eliminated then is the Kashira.
Yeah, it was inevitable. It was inevitable. The Kashira's just rolled continuously, and yeah, it's been a difficult one. The Kashira's rolled a lot, but has managed to self-right and has had some lucky moments.
But that's the end of it for the Kashira. On board with the Roma, you can see all these cars are landing on each other. The Special spins out, then gets knocked by the Roma, and has now crashed into those tyres. Oh dear, it's all gone crazy. The Grand Marshal's going backwards now. So the Bluebuck's in first place, the D15's in second.
Oh dear, yes, the Roma's messed up again. A replay on board with the Roma as he goes up, catches that half on and half off the ramp, and just catches it all wrong, and it looks like he's incapacitated again.
So the D15's in first place, followed by the Bluebuck, and oh, okay. Oh, that was dodgy. So the Bluebuck has just, as he went over the ramp, he caught the wrecked Roma there, and has sort of mainly lost control. And now we've got another mid-air collision. Another mid-air collision. It's the Grand Marshal and the D15.
Oh, that was a really bad hit, and thankfully the Grand Marshal has a decent roll cage, because you see that the D15 T-bones mid-air, and you can see that roll cage has managed to keep the car's shape, and so the driver's going to be okay, thankfully. But that was quite an impact.
It was, but the D15, I think that's the favourite, I think, to win, and is still managing to drive even though his car is falling to bits.
Yeah, this is what we need. You need to have a reliable engine. We saw that time and time again with the Barstow, didn't we?
Yeah, with the Barstow, yeah, the engine kept cutting out. And so although the car didn't look too bad, the engine just lost all drive.
Yeah, it was a shame, really, because I thought the Barstow was going to do quite well. But the D15 has slowed right down at a snail's pace. I think he's just trying to get over that line, and if he does, it means he's through to the next heat.
So we're all waiting patiently to see if the... yeah, there he goes. He puts his foot down. He knows he's on the home straight. Yep, so... Oh, there's smoke everywhere again. The D15 is looking... Whoa, worse for wear. It's completely deformed. But managed to cross the line.
Yep, the D15's through. You can see he's off on the side there. Now heat 4 of 7 Tiebreaker 1. It's an exhaust pipe sitting there on the ground in the way. Hopefully that doesn't cause too many issues for the cars driving over it.
Right, so we're getting ready to start this next heat. The Bluebuck's in first, followed by the, well, this is original grid positions, isn't it, for the heat? So it's the Grand Marshal, the Special's in second.
Oh, the Grand Marshal's in third, the Roma's in fourth, but that doesn't mean anything. Something that this series has taught us is that anything can happen. Anything is possible.
Yes, so the Special and the Grand Marshal are at each other there. Oh dear, so the Grand Marshals, oh, they're all on top of each other. The Roma and the Bluebuck have both hit that the Grand Marshal from behind, and the three of them as a cluster just started rolling everywhere. So that means then that the Special now has an opening to get off in front, and we'll see what happens if one of these cars can regain control and go after the Special.
Quite an epic crash there. Whoa, and the bumper of the Marshal is causing the Bluebuck all sorts of trouble, and it looks to me that the rear right-hand wheel of the Bluebuck is literally just sort of hanging off. Yeah, sort of in like a hovering position, like the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yeah, but unfortunately that's not going to help it. It's going to cause him a lot of trouble.
Yeah, the Bluebuck's trying to get the power down. He's running on 3 wheels.
Well, literally one-wheel drive, isn't he now? Oh, and it's just popped straight off.
Oh dear, I think that was a plan from the Grand Marshal to leave his bumpers everywhere, which causes all the other cars all sorts of trouble when the bumpers get caught up and stuck onto the chassis.
Oh, the Special has just... Okay, we've seen that happening a lot. The Special has lost control and has missed the ramp and caught it all wrong. Meanwhile, the Bluebuck is doing well with his little friendly tap on the Roma to try and get the Roma back on his wheels. But the Bluebuck is one-wheel drive, and it looks like it's stuck. Meanwhile, here comes the Grand Marshal.
Wow, a lot of these cars. Oh, the Bluebuck's managed to get sorted, and he's driving. Oh dear. Okay, so the Roma's back on all 4 wheels, but is lost all drive. Meanwhile, okay, here comes the Bluebuck on 3 wheels. That is impressive. That is really impressive. Wow, bad boo-boo. That was excellent. That was excellent. And so that means that the Bluebuck on 3 wheels joins the D15 for the next heat.
Yeah, that was really skilled driving by the Bluebuck. That leaves now with tiebreaker number 2, the Grand Marshal, the Special, the Roma. Wow, that was quite a knock by the Roma to the back of the Special, leaving that clear for the Grand Marshal to get into first position. But the Special's taken first back. So now with the first position, oh dear, okay. So the Grand Marshal and the Special have been battling, and they've ended up ruining each other's chances, haven't they?
Yeah, and the Roma's in first place, I think. Yes, there's the Roma. Roma's in first place, followed by the Special, and the Bluebuck is in last position. Whoa, beautiful jump. Oh, and its headlights popped off.
Yeah, beautiful jump by the Grand Marshal as well. Looks like he's going to... Oh, he did tap that barrier, which causes them all sorts of trouble. Sometimes that means they lose steering abilities, and that causes them all sorts of trouble.
The Special's all over the place. Oh my goodness, where is he going? The Special has gone off onto the green. He's sort of going shopping, I think. He's gone off into a wrong direction.
Yep, and the Grand Marshal is also going off in that same direction and has lost steering in the front left wheel.
Oh dear. Meanwhile, the Special is having all sorts of trouble and has managed to beach himself like a beached whale.
So the Grand Marshal is in first place, and it looks like... Oh no, sorry, second place. So it looks like the Roma and the Grand Marshal have made it through, which is sad because I do like the Special, but the Special has been eliminated.
Yep, another one bites the dust, another one down, and another one down.
Thanks for that, Boots. Since we can't use the music, you can sing for us.
Yes, and I'm a very good singer. You know, in school I was a tenor.
A tenor?
A tenor. Yeah, I used to sing in the choir, and I was a tenor.
You know that? So they say, "Oh, were you worth very much?" Oh, just a tenor.
That's not funny.
Okay, so looks like these 3 cars, the Bluebuck, the Grand Marshal, and the Roma, have ended up into a bit of an accident. But the Grand Marshal's got through. And a nice little wheelie there from the Grand Marshal is going around this final bend. The D15 is in first place, followed by the Grand Marshal, and the other two are having all sorts of trouble still. You saw them then in the shot on the right-hand side.
Grand Marshal has jumped beautifully. Meanwhile, the D15 and the Roma, it's a battle of the four-wheel drives.
The Bluebuck again has been massively deformed, but I'm impressed with the reliability of the Bluebuck. Mind you, all these cars are doing well. It was the Bastard had most issues, didn't it?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think he was sabotaged.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, you said that also in race 1. But beautiful shot of the Bluebuck, and the Grand Marshal crosses the line. Yep, the Grand Marshal has made it through to the next heat. Followed in second place, if he can make it. Oh, wait a minute. No, the Bluebuck had been lapped, so the Bluebuck still has another lap to do.
So the D15 is in second. Oh no, and the Roma has made that same mistake yet again.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened. He's lost his steering. Oh wow, that was quite a bad hit on that side of the ramp. I think he just lost his steering, and you'd think he would have put the brakes on.
Yeah, you would have thought that. Well, beautiful shot there of the bumper coming flying off.
So, oh no, the Bluebuck has got stuck on the Roma's bumper. Looks like he's managed to free himself. Oh no, he's not. There we go, he's freed himself. So the Bluebuck is coming round to cross the finish line, providing nothing unusual happens.
Yep, you can see the drivers are doing this. The tactic is when they know they're in the clear, they seem to take it slow because they don't want to risk, losing drive and blowing up the engine. And so they seem to take it slow. And oh no, that was unfortunate. So now it means that we've got another tiebreaker.
So this tiebreaker is between the Bluebuck and the Roma.
Yes, that was a close one because the Bluebuck only had to cross that line and...
Oh no, he's stuck on the bumper from the Grand Marshal. The bumper from the Grand Marshal was flicked upwards, which allowed the Roma to catch up, but the Roma's lost control. And, oh dear, that was tragic. The Roma was in a good position, but nope, messed it up on that jump, and now the Bluebuck is on the home straight.
Well, yeah, that is, of course, if the Bluebuck can make it. Last time he completely messed it up, didn't he? But good, that's fine. The Bluebuck is...
Okay, that was the first lap. So we still have another lap to go. The Roma still has a chance to catch up and make it through to the next heat.
Meanwhile, the Roma's taking it fairly slowly. We've got a big dent in the side. I think that was from the Roma earlier on, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was quite a big impact from the Roma earlier on, and has dented the side of the Bluebuck in. But he's still able to drive, although he's having some issues. The Roma is in hot pursuit, but has hit that barrier again. We see time and time again these cars doing that, and that's when I think they're losing their steering, because they're hitting that barrier. Off that jump, they land, and they go straight into that barrier.
Okay, so the Bluebuck has crossed the line. Oh no, and the tragically infamous bumper off the Grand Marshal is causing everyone trouble. We really should be sweeping the track. Yeah, we should really be sweeping the track after every race, because there's bits scattered everywhere.
Okay, yep, the Roma knows he's been defeated, so instead of crossing that line, he's going straight to the paddock, the waiting area for all of these cars that don't make it, that are being eliminated.
Yep, the Gavril Roma has been eliminated. Yep, as he shuts off his engine, he's now a spectator. All these cars being eliminated, they're now just sitting there watching everything else go down.
Okay, heat 6 of 7. We're almost there at the end, and it's been quite an interesting race so far. All loads of crazy things have happened. We're down to 3 cars. Yep, there's only 3 cars left. First place is a battle between the Grand Marshal and the D15, but the Grand Marshal's pulled through,
leaving the D15 in second place, the Bluebuck in third. A beautiful jump there by all 3 cars. And
okay, so you can see the flatbed of the D15 is being dislodged yet again, and also the bumpers on the Grand Marshal seem to struggle to stay on.
Yeah, I think that's his plan, you see. He drops off those bumpers. Oh, that looks like the front quarter panel. Oh, wow, that was quite an impact from the Bluebuck. But the front quarter panel from the Roma is still on the track, and we saw that just now. The Bluebuck has quite a big impact to that barrier, and has now made it drop into 3rd position. And if he can't regain a position, the Bluebuck will be the next car eliminated.
D15's in 2nd place. Yep, the Grand Marshal is in 1st and is crossing the line. Looking in a bit better shape than before. We've seen the Grand Marshal in quite bad shape earlier on. Oh no, and the same mistake these people, the drivers, we've seen this happen a few times. They've just miscalculated that ramp and they've ended up hitting those the metal bars on the side, and that is completely unforgiving. There's no way you're going to recover from that.
No, and that means then that the Gavril Bluebuck has been eliminated and has been towed to the lineup of wrecked cars that are now spectators.
So, right, this is the last race now. It's between the Grand Marshal and the D15. Who do you think is going to go through?
I got my money on the Grand Marshal. I think it's a great car. I think it's been doing great all this whole series.
I think the D15 is the strong one. The D15 got pole position. It got the best time.
Yeah, that's true, and you can see now that the extra speed, it seems, that the D15 has is pulling away into 1st place.
So the D15 has 1,025 brake horsepower, but the Grand Marshal has 1,247 brake horsepower and a 0 to 60 of 3.3 seconds.
Yeah, so I suppose it's not all about power then, is it? It's not all about power.
I think the Grand Marshal has in his favour the slightly thicker front wheels.
Yeah, the Grand Marshal has these skinny front drag tyres on the front, and it's like bike wheels, aren't they?
Yeah, they're tiny, and I think that's what's causing trouble for the Grand Marshal and the other cars that have those skinny front wheels. It means they're struggling landing on the jump, they're struggling going around the bend, and they're delicate, and a slight hit and they lose the steering.
So that's it, the D15 is through.
The D15 is through.
Eliminated is the Gavril Grand Marshal.
Oh dear, he just caught that front wheel there, and oh dear, off he goes. At least under his own steam. Some of these cars have had to have been towed to the paddock, but the Grand Marshal is doing it, under his own steam. Valiant effort. The Grand Marshal's eliminated.
So this was the America-centric Arnie's celebratory donut. Go on, sir. That's Lex, by the way. Lex is driving the D15. That's his name. Go on, Lex. Yeah, there you go. He's doing it for his fallen American brothers.
The fallen American brothers.
Yes, the Lance in the Moonhawk, Bruce in the Barstow. But we've got Lex in D15. He's showing us how it's done. He's doing a victory lap now.
The D15 has done it.
Wow, what a great car the D15 is. It really has done really well, and good for him. The D15 is through.
Lex, you say?
Yeah, it's Lex. Yeah, me and Lex go way back. We're best buds.
Are you your best mates with Lex as well? You know everyone, don't you, really?
Yeah, I do. I'm a bit popular. Yeah, I'm a popular guy. What can I say?
So your new best mate, Lex, has got through another celebratory donut. Beautifully done. And Lex is going through now to race 9. So stay tuned, because so far we have the Covet with that did the best time of 29.02. And we've got the D15, which did a time of 27.19. So these two cars have gone through to race 9. So make sure you stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned, because the next race is a public service vehicles, which will consist of a cement truck, a bus, a fire engine, ambulance, police cars, taxis. That's going to be crazy.
Yes, it is, and I think that's going to be really fun to see. So with all that said, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next races, and
I'll see you in
the
the
next one.